Now that we've learned a little bit about how to add masks to things in Fusion, let's take a look at some troubleshooting tips. Number one problem that you'll find with masks. Let's say you want to draw your shape around the top of this or something like that, and you draw the shape and you're like, why isn't it working? What's going on? Well, it's not going to work until you close the path, which means you have to click on the very first point you made with this little circle cursor like that. And once this is completed, only then will the mask actually be active. The other thing that happens sometimes is the way that Fusion thinks about the sizes of things is kind of strange. For instance, let's say you had a fog picture, and we'll just bring this up in our second viewer, and I'll just kind of fake this. And the fog picture was 800 by 800, like this. It was square. And you're trying to put this over this widescreen shot. What's going to happen when you try to mask the fog, if you connect the mask to the fog, is you'll draw a shape like this, and either the fog or the mask isn't going to fit. And so you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. I'll just add a transform and zoom this up. But then your mask is bigger. And so you're like, okay, I guess that works. And then, oh, but I'm going to adjust my mask. But then you go to adjust your mask and it's huge like this. It's just a lot of work to resize your mask. And so especially if you have mismatched resolution stuff, if you can, it's nice to put your mask in your merge node, which will do basically the same thing, but it sizes according to your background. And if you want to make your fog bigger, it slides under that mask. So that's kind of a nice way to do that. Generally, if your mask isn't fitting or it's like sizing weird, it's because you're trying to mask something that isn't the same resolution as your background. And it's just kind of doing some weird contorting before it actually composites it. There are a lot of workarounds for this, and it kind of depends on a case-by-case basis. So if you run into problems, check your resolution of your different elements and try and put your mask somewhere else in the line if it's not working. So there are a couple things to look out for when it comes to masks.